Hello and welcome back, and today you join me in an incredibly peaceful Blean Woods. It's an absolutely fantastic day to be out here. It's mostly cloudy with sky acting as a natural softbox, giving me some incredible even light on the forest floor. Also, we've got sun peeking through occasionally, which is giving us some nice varied light. You get sort of puddles of light hitting the ground and illuminating various bits of the woodland. It's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, been wandering around for about an hour or so, and I think I've just come across my first composition. So let's get set up and then I'll show you through it. Okay, so what we've got here is a fallen down tree, which is actually still alive. If you look up at the top, we've got new shoots growing at the top, you've got leaves on it, but further down on the ground, you've got this sort of moss covered log, which is, almost dead. You've got a fantastic contrast here, just between, the bark of the log along with the moss covered green here, and it's absolutely stunning. The colours are fantastic. Tree on its own I don't think would really make the shot. It's nice, but it's nothing too special. But as I was walking down the path, I've come across this sort of tree here in front with the leaves, and as I walked down I got this view through the leaves with the leaves illuminated by the sun, kind of what's happening right now actually as I look at it, and the tree in the background with the dappled sunlight on it. In fact, I think I might just grab a quick shot of that. So as I was saying before, I had to just quickly break off to take that shot while the sun came through the clouds. It's giving me a nice shot. It's giving a nice green colour to the leaves, which is nicely framing the tree, which has got the green and the contrast, and yeah, it's looking really nice. Now in terms of the shot, I've stepped back a little bit. It's made life a bit more difficult because I'm now fully in the trees, but I just wanted to get a bit more focal length. So I'm at about 50mm on the focal length. It'd be a lot easier to take a shot at 24mm, but I wanted to get a bit of compression, make these leaves in the foreground look a little bit closer to the tree in the final shot. I think I might have just found composition number 2. So I was walking along the path, I saw this little group of trees just here, this dead tree in the middle that's all white, giving it some nice contrast, and what really drew my eye to it was the sunlight reflecting off the dead tree, the white and the light, and the sun's got in now a bit unfortunately, but stayed out just long enough for me to take the shot. On its own, it's quite nice, but there's a few things I didn't really like about it. Let me just talk you through them. So as you sort of walk up to it, it looks pretty good. There's a lot of green, there's a lot of white, it's giving some nice contrast. You've got the nice dappled sunlight coming through the trees, which is always nice. However, you've got the path in the background, just sort of over here, which I didn't really like in the shot. And it's nice, but it's not as good as it could be. So in order to fix that and improve the composition somewhat, I've got down really low. So the camera is all set up here, about as low as we can possibly go, to be honest. And yeah, we've now got these pine needles right in the front here, or the pine cones that have fallen on the floor, and it's really giving a sense of place, adding some depth to the image, and then you've got the tree in the background. Only downside with this is the place is teeming with red ants that are really bitey, but you got to do what you got to do for the shot, haven't you? One of the reasons that I really like coming to the woods is that you can come here multiple times throughout the year, and the place changes so much that you get completely different shots. Come here in autumn and you've got fantastic colours, the orange or leaves. At the moment it's June, so everything's very green and very dense, which I find is the hardest time of year to take the photos in the woodland really. It's very easy to come away with just shots of trees and green, which sounds kind of obvious I suppose, but they don't make for great looking photos. They're all the same and a bit boring. So I've really been pushing myself to be a bit more creative, try and find different ways of taking the photos and play with the light and play with subjects in the foreground and blurring things out using different apertures and that sort of thing today, which I think the first 2 shots have done quite well. Ooh, obviously. A bit more open here, got a bit of water, a few fallen down trees. So of course, having just talked about wanting to play with light and that sort of thing, I've now come to an area of the forest where there is no light. Got something very nearly as good, which is this patch of still water on this sort of dried up riverbed, and in the background we've got a tree arching over the riverbed. Some nice colours, got some green mixed with some nice sort of brown colours of the woodland and the dark dried up riverbed. Also, given this patch of water is still, it's perfectly clear, which is very unusual. Normally, you know, it's full of mud and disgusting and awful, but this one, absolutely not. Perfectly clear, giving me a nice reflection of the tree in the background, and I think it's just quite a nice photo really. Going quite nice and low to get that reflection. Got a polarizing filter on, just to take a bit of the shine off the water, because it is quite bright up still in the sky, and yeah, very nice shot. I think that's just about me done for today really, although definitely not done in this woodland. I've only maybe explored a tenth of it or so, so I'll definitely be back, and definitely back throughout the season as well, because there's definitely a lot more to be had from this place. Absolutely fantastic. Hopefully that you've enjoyed those shots. They might have given you some ideas on how you can also improve your woodland photography. They've certainly done me a world of good, trying to force myself to be a bit more creative and not get just boring shots really. So if you've enjoyed it, please give the video a like, maybe even consider subscribing to some of my other content. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any tips of your own, comment them down below, and I'll see you soon.